Okay, yo, 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 to the yo, 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 for you. I made it. We'll get started in about 4 minutes. What you'll expect in the first few couple moments is that we'll go through the disclaimer, generally what the channel is all about. Thank you very much for the replay viewers that are checking in to see what I'm up to. I do appreciate it. If you like this sort of content and you want to support the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Over the next, few months, I'm going to be seeing if we can build up the subscriber count. We're almost at 200 subscribers, so thank you very much for those people that have stuck with me through the years. And I hope that we can make good use of the time as we go through the BabyPips.com lessons. And I thought that it would be a good idea also to keep a live real-time 1-minute Bitcoin USD Coinbase chart up while we go through the lessons. As long as you have the URL to the lesson, I don't think it's so necessary for me to be reading and also showing, except for that if there are visuals there, that might help. So we'll see how it goes. This is the third. Are we up to our third broadcast or our fourth broadcast? I'll have to take a look and see. And then it looks as though I've done pretty well at asking for the precise window, the application window that keeps the stream showing you what I want you to see. Because I've got some other tabs that are open that it's not necessary for you to actually see those tabs. We're going to do some work on that, see how far we can actually push my little laptop to go without any fancy gear or OBS or anything like that, okay? All right. So in just a couple of moments, we'll get started on the disclaimer read. That's pretty interesting. So we've got the window that lays on top. Does it lays or lies? The window that is on top of the main I don't know why I can't even think of it. You know, the main dash of your computer, that's what you're actually seeing. If I change that, or if I delete that by accident, then you would see I don't know exactly. I'm not willing to play around with that right now. But as you could hear my chimes go off, that's a good sign. And we'll go through a countdown. Once again, thank you very much. This is a live event, of course, and that's how I like to do it. This is a live, unedited event. So thank you. Today we're going to be covering the preschool lessons, and I will also remind you to grab your chart widget over at the rates tab at BabyPips.com. We're going to be learning cryptocurrency charting. That's going to be my primary focus. But basically what you would expect from me when you visit my channel, it's a puree of beauty, technology, financial markets, fashion and books, lifestyle sort of directive. And I pretty much just do, you know, what I want to do. I find that it's better for me to bring to YouTube what I'm interested in because it demonstrates curiosity, fascination, you know, reviewing of things that are interesting to me as I learn them too, because I know a lot of really interesting people and they bring me like really cool stuff. So that's why I kind of keep it open. But for these particular lessons, we are going through the entire BabyPips.com educational module. They're all of their lessons. And then we will re-wrap around. We'll take a real good look at the material that we've been able to capture on YouTube and then kind of fold it in and see what areas might we be able to consolidate a little bit where it's focused on cryptocurrency and bring you one notch of value above that. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the BabyPips.com site, The Beginner's Guide to FX Trading with a special focus on cryptocurrency charting. This is a rapid-fire run-through of the course modules or course lessons and how to navigate the site for maximum results. Now, we're not entirely there yet with navigation, although there's one tab that you really need to know about, and that's the Rates tab. I think it's an unutilized resource there. At times, the video may be in audio only or in pause for breaks approximately every 10 to 15 minutes, and that's just so that we can have it be long running, which YouTube, we all benefit from being able to have long run content if we want to, but to kind of take a look at it, see if we can actually squeeze these lessons into 10 to 15 minutes that are power packed, that make good use of your time, and also allow for me to have natural rapport with you. The content value. On a scale of 1 to 10, there has been no preparation, script writing whatsoever, and the quality of the production is very low. And I say that because it's just me, my laptop, my internet connection, which is actually on Wi-Fi, built-in microphone, nothing. I could take this broadcast wherever I want, wherever I need to in the world, and look at that. Isn't that amazing? So I'm free to move about. You're free to be assured that I would be bringing content to you on an as needed basis, and so that works out pretty well. There's nobody's tethered to anything whatsoever. So I put the quality of the production rating at a 2, because compared to some YouTube videos, I mean, this is not going to match up with any of the other kind of antics or crazy wackadoodle that you might be, interested in on YouTube. It's just not going to happen here. I'm not wearing any funny hats, and I'm not screaming into the microphone, or there's nothing like that going on. I want you to also understand that there's no affiliation with BabyPips or TradingView.com, and none should be implied by reference or tone of the video whatsoever. The fact that I'm focused on BabyPips, the fact that I utilize TradingView.com charts, there's no affiliation whatsoever with either of those companies. You'll also notice in the description my Bitcoin address. This is very typical of people that have been in cryptocurrency for as long as I have, that we would share our Bitcoin address. Here's the disclaimer. Please be advised that all the content in this chart or any charts that I show you are meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. Trading the stock, bond, currency, commodity, and futures markets can be rewarding, but is also risky. Be aware that you can lose money and in some ways lose more than you have. It can also be profitable, but not without significant risks. You are responsible for your own independent investment transactions. Charts shown are not an investment advisory service, and particularly because we're going live with the chart right now, please, 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 okay? It's not an investment advisory service. I encourage you to seek professional advice in regard to your own financial decisions. Information you may get from any chart shown and its discussion that might come about in chat rooms or other forums, or even in, wherever you might see what are called the Ruby charts, may not reflect my opinion. The chart and the charts and their content is not a solicitation nor an offer for professional investment advice, nor is it an offer to buy or sell stocks, bonds, currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, and or futures. Okay, that's the disclaimer as it stands right now. There's about 15 disclaimers that I could actually put on the in the description box. Okay, so let's check it out here. That's that. And I'm pretty sure that I can bring up my chat pop-out. And we'll get started in just a moment. So that's how long that took, the intro. And disclaimer read. Now we're at about 5:06 and Eastern Standard Time. And there we go. And then the next part of this we want to do is make sure that we can share this out on Twitter. So I will do that right now. Check the Hangout to make sure that we're doing good. With the Hangout, the chart's holding up. Okay, looks good, good, good. Be nice if there were more ways of sharing the Hangout on the social channels, but they want you to go back. I want you to go back. Okay, I think things are holding up pretty well. Let me go over to Twitter. Let me grab the name of the YouTube video. And let's get into today's video. Today's video lessons, preschool lessons. And let me get into the video itself. We're going to like that, and then we're going to reply, and reply with a picture. Oh, I can't do that. Darn it. Okay, so myself there. Okay. Okay, that puts us pretty much together here. And then we'll check on we popped out the chat. And by doing so, let me rethink that. I'm pretty sure when you're on YouTube, because I popped out the chat, you should still be able to chat. I'm pretty sure. Okay. And then let me get the BabyPips up. BabyPips.com. That's where we start off. And okay, get the .com, the URL, and put it in our chat, pop-up chat. So we're just doing the setup right now. And we send out our tweet. And this is the main URL for one. visit BabyPips. Step 2. Step 2 is go to the rates. The rates tab. I'll give you that rates tab right here. And I'll go back over to education. So you guys have got that. So you're going to go over to rates tab. There you go. When you're over at the rates tab, guys, you'll notice. So you're in the rates tab. It'll read live market rates. Keep up to date with live market rates for the currency markets, delayed rates for commodities and major indices. Now, what they don't tell you here is that when you go down here, except for you get to see it just a little tiny bit once you kind of come down, that the quotes are by tradingview.com, tradingview.com. Now, BabyPips gives you currencies, commodities, indices, cryptocurrencies. I had no idea because I had never scrolled down this far because I already have my own TradingView charts, and so I didn't even scroll down. And it was only until this weekend that a friend of mine, we were over at Rabbit, which is really fun, by the way, if you've never been over there. And we were trying to figure out, what might my next outreach be in the social channels. And it was kind of like, why don't I go through the BabyPips? And sure enough, we found that their rates tab actually had the chart widget set up for TradingView's charts. Now, what you do get if you hover over the symbol, these are charts that are coming from the Kraken exchange, Kraken, the Kraken exchange. So when you're first looking at the symbols, they don't really look like BTC symbols because Kraken, the ones that they've asked for, are what's called the counterparty, Bitcoin, the counterparty. So, but they've got a few, and I've been saying that they've had eight or nine. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 preformed charts that deliver you just a very basic widget. It is a live chart, but it's very basic. And in the next few lessons, I'm just going to be encouraging you that you have a chart. And this is one of the easiest ways to grab a chart. As we go through the lessons, I will try and share with you how you can do so much more with TradingView and get a great chart for yourself. But if you don't have a chart, or if you've been using, or you've been learning from different people, there are many charting platforms out there now. This is the Mac Daddy as far as I'm concerned, tradingview.com. So I really encourage you to start with TradingView, and that's where we're going to be focusing as it relates to BabyPips. This is what BabyPips is suggesting that you do, and what is I'm suggesting for you to do. Okay, so that's the rates tab. You would not have ever known that. Live markets rates tab. So we'll go over to the education tab, but maybe before that, because we've done enough lessons now, let's just kind of, go through the news. Now, no major news for BabyPips has broken, except for the last 2 hours ago. They have a headline 2 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 5 hours ago, and 5 hours ago. Now, as you well know, the market works very quickly, right? So their news that they're getting, I'm not too certain if their news is written by the BabyPips, what would be called editorial, what's it called when you give content? Anyway, whatever they provide content, and so they're actually buying content from other content providers, and then they're simply using their landing page as sort of a blog. So the number one news that they have in the Forex market is Asian session recap. Aussie seesaws and disappointing Chinese trade data. Now, we've already learned, right, that the term Aussie refers to, and that should probably be, I'm sure it's probably in the quizzes because we haven't done a quiz yet, but when you see the word Aussie, of course you understand that it means Australia, but you understand what it means when it's reflective of the forex. So, but we'll go through the, because we passed over the quizzes because I want to have enough content, and then we'll go back into the quizzes probably after we've gone through the kindergarten. So, okay, so we'll hit education. And of course, you will start your coursework, how to trade forex. The School of Pipsology. Now we are 168 of 311 lessons completed. So you can see it's not going to take us a whole lot of time. I actually thought it was going to take me about 6 weeks, but it doesn't look like that's going to work out that way. All right, so we are in, oh, I thought we were in preschool. I thought we were in preschool. Brokers. Oh, maybe, okay, kindergarten. We were in kindergarten. We did the brokers. 3 types of analysis. Wait a second here. Wait just 1 minute. We did 101, 6 crucial things. Beware of bucket shops, how to protect yourself, how to open, and 3 types of analysis. Well, what in the world? Well, we have to keep going. Why don't I put myself on mute and see what in the world happened to the preschool work? Don't know about that. So I will be right back. Okay, I just noticed a kill page on the trading view and I have BabyPips come up. So we might have some difficulty today kind of going through the lessons. They might be kind of choppy, but we'll get to them pretty soon here. Let's get through this bearish move and then we'll be good to go. Okie dokes. Let's go for it, I guess. All right, we are in the kindergarten 3 types of analysis, 3 types of Forex market analysis. By now you've learned some history about the Forex, how it works, what affects the prices, blah, 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 snooze control, right? This is all obviously super important, but now that you're now thinking, boring, show me how to make money already. Well, say no more, friends, because here's where your journey as a Forex trader begins. This is your last chance to turn back. Take the red pill, forget everything, and we'll take you back to where you were before. You can go back to living your average life in your 9-to-5 job and work for someone else for the rest of your life, or you can take the green pill, which is fully loaded with the dollar extract, and learn how you can make money for yourself in the most active market in the world simply by using a little brain power. Just remember, your education will never stop. Even after you graduate from the School of Pipsology, you must constantly pursue as much knowledge as you can so that you can become a true Forex master. The learning never ends. Are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to make that commitment that learning never ends? Now, pop that green pill in, wash it down with some delicious chocolate milk, and grab your lunchbox. The School of Pipsology is now in session. The School of Pipsology is now in session. 3 types of Forex market analysis. To begin, let's look at 3 ways on how you would analyze and develop ideas to trade the market. There are 3 basic types of Forex market analysis. 1, technical analysis. 2, fundamental analysis. And 3, sentiment analysis. There has always been a constant debate as to which analysis is better. But to tell you the truth, you need all 3. Technical, fundamental, sentiment. It's kind of like standing on a 3-legged stool. If one of the legs is weak, the stool will break under your weight and you'll fall flat on your face. The same holds true in trading. If your analysis on any of the 3 types of trading is weak and you ignore it, there's a good chance that it will cause you to lose out on your trade. So that's lesson 3 types of Forex market analysis. And let me see. Okay, so do we understand? Let me grab the URL and we'll put that over in our chat bar. And it probably should have been, I did it the other way around. I'll do the label first and then the URL. Remember that. Label first, then URL. There you go. There we go. Good enough. Alrighty. I like that lesson. That lesson we could probably spend a lot of time on, because how do you come up with the analysis, right? All right, so we shall move on to the next lesson, which is technical analysis. Let's see, I'm going to start off with technical analysis. We'll go to the labeling, come over to our chat, put the label there, and let me grab you the URL. Make sure that gets in the chat as well. Technical analysis is the framework in which Forex traders study price movement. The theory is that a person can look at historical price movements and determine the current trading conditions and potential price movement. Make sure that I'm yeah. I'm not on mute. That's good. Okay, once again, the theory is that a person can look at historical price movements and determine that the current trading conditions and potential price movement. Now, okay, so technical analysis is a theory. Do we understand that? The main evidence for using technical analysis is that theoretically, all current market information is reflected in price. If price reflects all the information that is out there, then price action is all one would really need to make a trade. Now, have you ever heard the old adage, history tends to repeat itself? History tends to repeat itself. Well, that's basically what technical analysis is all about. If a price level held as a key support or resistance in the past, traders will keep an eye out for it and base their trades around that historical price level. Technical analysts look for similar patterns that have formed in the past and will form trades that believing that price will act the same way that it did before. And now there's a visual. In the world of currency trading, when someone says technical analysis, the first thing that comes to mind is a chart. Technical analysts use charts because they are the easiest way to visualize historical data. You can look at past data to help you spot trends and patterns, which could help you find some great trading opportunities. What's more is that with all the traders who rely on technical analysis out there, these price patterns and indicator signals tend to become self-fulfilling. As more and more Forex traders look for certain price levels and chart patterns, the more likely that these patterns will manifest themselves in the market. You should know that technical analysis is very subjective. Just because Ralph and Joseph are looking at the exact same currency chart setup or indicators doesn't mean that they will come up with the same idea of where price may be headed. Where price may be headed. I get that question so much. Where, Beauty? Where is price headed? Where? Go over this. Beauty. Where is price headed? The important thing is that you understand the concepts under technical analysis so you won't get nosebleeds whenever somebody starts talking about Fibonacci, Bollinger Bands, or pivot points. So let me read this again. The important thing is that you understand the concepts under technical analysis so you won't get nosebleeds, okay? Now, we know you're thinking to yourself, geez, these guys are smart. They're using crazy words like Fibonacci and Bollinger. I can never learn this stuff. Don't worry yourself too much. After you're done with the School of Pipsology, you too will be just as smart as us. Next lesson, fundamental analysis. Next lesson, fundamental analysis. We'll grab the header, put it in our chat, grab the URL, put it in our chat. There we go. Systems. All about systems. All right. So we'll get working on that in 1 minute. Next lesson up, fundamental analysis. Next up. Okay, I'll be on mute for just a little bit here. Okie dokes, here we are, back again. Bring down the Hangout window. All right, so we're in 3 types of analysis, and the next one is fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis. So let's make sure that I've got that. We do have it in the chat. Excellent. Fundamental analysis is a way of looking at the Forex market by analyzing economic, social, and political forces that may affect the supply and demand of an asset. If you think about it, this makes a whole lot of sense. Just like in your Economics 101 class, it is supply and demand that determines price, or in our case, the currency exchange rate. Using supply and demand as an indicator of where price could be headed is easy. The hard part is analyzing all of the factors that affect supply and demand. In other words, you have to look at different factors to determine whose economy is rocking it like a Taylor Swift song or whose economy sucks. You have to understand the reasons of why and how certain events like an increase in the unemployment rate affects a country's economy and monetary policy, which ultimately affects the level of demand for its currency. The idea behind this type of analysis is that if a country's current or future economic outlook is good, their currency should strengthen. The better shape a country's economy is, the more foreign businesses and investors will invest in that country. This results in the need to purchase the country's currency to obtain those assets. In a nutshell, this is what fundamental analysis is, and there is a visual here. On the left, it reads good economy, higher currency value. On the right, it reads bad economy, lower currency value. For example, let's say that the US dollar has been gaining strength because the US economy is improving. As the economy gets better, raising interest rates may be needed to control growth and inflation. Higher interest rates make dollar-denominated financial assets more attractive. In order to get their hands on these lovely assets, traders and investors have to buy some greenbacks first. As a result, the value of the dollar will likely increase. Later on in the course, you will learn which economic data points tends to drive currency prices and why they do so. You will know who the Fed chairman is and how retail sales data reflects the economy. You'll be spitting out global interest rates like baseball statistics. But for now, just know that fundamental analysis is a way of analyzing the potential moves of a currency through the strength of weakness of that country's economic outlook. It's going to be awesome. We promise. Next lesson, sentiment analysis. Next lesson, sentiment analysis. Grab the header, put it over on our chat, and grab the URL. And put it over in our chat. Go. All right. Before we get started on the sentiment analysis lesson, I'd like to remind you that we are looking at the BTC USD Coinbase 1 minute chart. The trade is at 34.47.47. Look at that, 34.47.47. It's at the top of the hour. It's 6 a.m. in New York. So we are kind of riding the US Open a little bit, and I plan on being pretty much keeping the stream live most of the day so that we can get through all of the lessons. That's what I'm trying to do today so that we can wrap it up. That would, I think that would put it all like under 5 periods. So we'll get to that in just a moment. Making sure that we're still, our mic is up. Doing good there. And yeah, mic levels are kind of medium and moderate. All right, here's the good stuff. Sentiment analysis. Earlier, we said that price action should theoretically reflect all available market information. Unfortunately for us, Forex traders, it isn't that simple. The Forex markets do not simply reflect all of the information out there, because traders will all just act the same way. Of course, that isn't how things work. This is why sentiment analysis is important. Each trader has his or her own opinion of why the market is acting the way it does, and whether to trade in the same direction of the market or against it. The market is just like Facebook. It's a complex network made up of individuals who want to spam our news feeds. Kidding aside, the market basically represents what all traders, you, Warren Buffett, or Celine from the donut shop, feel about the market. Each trader's thoughts and opinions, which are expressed through whatever position they take, helps form the overall sentiment of the market, regardless of what information is out there. The problem is that as retail traders, no matter how strongly you feel about a certain trade, you can't move the Forex markets in your favor. Even if you truly believe that the dollar is going to go up, but everyone else is bearish on it, there's nothing much you can do about it, unless you're one of the GSs. That would be George Soros or Goldman Sachs. As a trader, you have to take all this into consideration. You need to perform sentiment analysis. It's up to you to gauge how the market is feeling, whether it is bullish or bearish. Then you have to decide how you want to incorporate your perception of market sentiment into your trading strategy. If you choose to simply ignore market sentiment, that's your choice. But hey, we're telling you now, it's your loss. Being able to gauge market sentiment, also known as sentiment analysis, can be an important tool in your toolbox. Later on in school, we'll teach you how to analyze currency market sentiment and use it to your advantage, like Jedi mind tricks. Next lesson, which type of analysis for Forex trading is best? The next lesson up is which type of analysis for Forex trading is best. Go ahead and grab the header, put it in the chat, grab the URL, put it in the chat. There we go for that. And then we'll take just a little teeny tiny of a break, look at the news because we missed the top of the hour, and I will be on mute for just a couple moments. Unless, I'm thinking that maybe when I put myself on mute, it makes my fan go on for some reason. I can't believe that though. That doesn't even seem right. I do think though that Twitter might do that to me. Right? Bum, bum. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put myself on mute. Be right back. Okey dokes. All right. Next lesson. Which type of analysis for Forex trading is best? Which type of analysis for Forex trading is best? Go ahead and put the header in. Well, it looks like I've lost my link. Trading views cooperating here. Let me see if I can resolve this, guys. I'll be back. We're going to go ahead and stop the live action YouTube trading view. I'm getting these page kill, pages unresponsive, and they might just be like super busy or, you know, something like that. I don't know. My chart is kept up, you know, all the time. It may also have something to do with the 1 minute chart too. So I'll check it out and see. Oh, I'm not killing the page, so we can figure that out. All right. Let's just go ahead and do the, see if I can get this up and going. All right, we'll go to a new screen share, but go right back to the BabyPips. See what happens when we do that. Do the BabyPips screen share. There we go, there we go. All right, which type of analysis for Forex trading is best? Grab the URL. And I'll put that in our, oh, can't do that. Okay. I'll do it. Put it behind. Which type of analysis for Forex trading is best? We'll do a Control C, we'll grab the shutdown. And that's where we're okay. The $1 million question. Throughout your journey as an aspiring Forex trader, you will find strong advocates for each type of analysis. Do not be fooled by these one-sided extremists. One is not better than the other. They are all just different ways to looking at the market. At the end of the day, you should trade based on the type of Forex analysis you are most comfortable and profitable with. To recap, technical analysis is the study of currency price movement on the charts, while fundamental analysis takes a look at how the country's economy is doing. Market sentiment analysis determines whether the market is bullish or bearish on the current or future fundamental outlook. Fundamental factors shape sentiment, while technical analysis helps us visualize that sentiment and apply a framework to create our trade plans. Those three work hand in hand to help you come up with a good Forex trade, come up with good Forex trade ideas. All the historical price action and economic figures are there. All you have to do is put on your thinking cap and put those analytical skills to the test. Let me pull out the three-legged stool again to just emphasize the importance of all three types of analysis. Take out one or two legs of the stool and it's going to be shaky, right? In order to become a true Forex trader, you will need to know how to effectively use these three types of Forex market analysis: technical, fundamental, sentiment. Don't believe us. Let us give you an example of how focusing on only one type of analysis can turn into a disaster. Bullet point. Let's say that you're looking at your charts and you find a good trading opportunity. You get all excited thinking about the money that's going to be raining down from the sky. You say to yourself, man, I've never seen a more perfect trading opportunity in the GBP USD. I love my charts. Now show me the money. You then proceed to buy the GBP USD with a big fat smile on your face, the kind where all your teeth are shown. But wait, all of a sudden the trade makes a 100-pip move in the other direction. Little did you know, one of the major banks in London filed for bankruptcy. Suddenly, everyone's sentiment towards Britain's market turns sour and everyone trades in the opposite direction. Your big fat smile turns into mush and you start getting angry at your charts. You throw your computer on the ground and begin to pulverize it. You just lost a bunch of money, and now your computer is broken into a million pieces, and it's all because you completely ignored fundamental analysis and sentimental analysis. Note, this was not based on a real story. This did not happen to us. We were never this naive. We were always smart Forex traders. From the overused sarcasm, we think you get the picture. Okay, the story was a little over-dramatized, but you get the point. Remember how your mother used to tell you as a kid that too much of anything is never good? Well, you might have thought that was just hogwash back then, but in Forex, the same applies when deciding which type of analysis to use. Don't rely on just one. Instead, you must learn to balance the use of all of them. It is only then that you can really get the most out of your trading. Where do we go from here? Now that you're done with kindergarten and learned a little bit about each type of analysis, it's time to delve much deeper. Here's what's in store for the next few years of your life. We're kidding. We're talking about the next few school years in the School of Pipsology. Elementary school will be all about basic technical analysis tools. You'll learn all about the dynamics behind price action, such as support and resistance levels, candlestick formations, and common chart patterns. You'll experiment with leading and lagging indicators and discover how to use them in coming up with trade ideas. Sounds pretty exciting, doesn't it? The remaining years of middle school and high school are devoted to studying more technical analysis tools. We'll take a look at the more advanced tools such as pivot points, divergences, Elliott wave theory, and Gartley patterns. Sounds fancy? It's because they are. But you can't wait to get started on those. College will be a bit more complicated since you'll be tackling both fundamental and market sentiment analysis at the same time. Talk about hitting two birds with one stone. You're the stone, and the birds are, well, you get the point. A couple of reasons why we're putting fundamental and market sentiment analysis together. By the time you reach college, you'll be so hooked on learning more about Forex that one lesson simply won't be enough. It's hard to draw the line between fundamental analysis and market sentiment analysis, but you'll get there with deliberate practice. As we mentioned earlier, fundamental factors are mostly responsible for shaping Forex market sentiment. For those two types of analysis would take up both freshman and sophomore year of college. And then there is another quiz. Okay, 3 types of analysis, quiz. Next lesson, 3 types of Forex charts and how to read them. Next lesson is 3 types of Forex charts and how to read them. And we'll get there in just a moment. Okie dokes. All right. Put that down and that down. And check out. Okay, that's that done. Where's the hangout? Always leaves the hangout. I don't know why. There it is right there. Okay, and only because my fan is going on. Oh, did I present to everyone? Was I presenting to everyone? No? Okay, we'll be back in about an hour. Okay, thank you.